Welcome, witches. I'm so grateful you decided to pop by today. Park your brooms by the door because now the witch is in. Blessed be. I'm Amelia Noir, and I'm here to share with you my knowledge and experience on all things witchy, like spell casting, potion making, and kitchen witchery, to name a few. So if that sounds like your cup of witch's brew, I'd highly suggest that you subscribe so you don't miss any witchy content. Now today on The Witch's Inn, we're just going to do a little bit of clearing up about consecrating and blessing. Now I get a lot of people making in the comments, and some people are asking, is it the same thing? Why do you use two words if it's the same thing? And there seems to be a little bit of confusion, so I'm just going to clarify a little bit. Now, to consecrate an item or object or person is to make holy, to dedicate that item to a specific purpose, to honor a deity or God or whatever have you. You're using it for a particular thing. It's devoted for that purpose and that purpose only. So you get a wand. You're devoting it to Hecate. So technically, the only time you should be using that wand is when you're doing spells and rituals for Hecate, or when you're using Hecate as your goddess for the particular spell or ritual that you're following. However, you don't have to dedicate it to a particular entity or deity or element or anything else. You can just dedicate it to your craft, to your practice, so that item can be used throughout your practice. Doesn't matter if you're using this deity or that element, or if you're calling upon the Fae today, it doesn't matter, because you can still use your wand. Now, some people don't really like to consecrate a lot of their items. Most Wiccans, I believe, they still do a lot of consecrating of their items for their practice. I myself, I don't really consecrate a whole lot of stuff because I don't use deities. I use the elements, the elementals, those types of being, fays and nymphs and gnomes, and that's what I use. So it's a little bit different in my practice. You don't have to consecrate things. There are many ways that you can consecrate. Abramelon oil, for instance, which is an oil I will be doing in an upcoming video, is a consecrating oil that you can use to consecrate your items with. It's also something like the oil that you would use in a baptism. And I'm using that word because it's the word that I think most people will recognize what a baptism is. And that's what you're doing is you're devoting this person to God. And that's what a baptism is. You're saying that this person, I will teach this person, and they will be brought up in this faith with this knowledge, etc., etc. So that's consecrating. Well, if that's consecrating, then what is blessing? Well, a blessing is something that is bestowed upon you. Okay, so or upon an item or a pet or whatever that you're blessing. It is aid or given to you by the divine or supernatural. Okay, so a blessing is something that would come from your deity down to you. Okay, so it's not a talisman, it's not anything that you wear, it's a blessing. It is energy given to you from them for that you can use, like healing energy, and you're praying to your God to help heal you from, I broke my leg. So they're giving you this divine energy to help you heal. And that's what a blessing is. Now you can do both. A lot of rituals that are for consecrating and blessing, they're all packed into the same thing. It's all done at the same time, and I think that's why it's a bit confusing for some, because you can definitely do it at the same time. You can consecrate and bless a number of things. You don't have to do it separately. But it's totally up to the witch. Some people feel comfortable, some people don't feel comfortable, some people just don't use it at all because they have no use for it in particular. So that is, in my eyes, and in my opinion, that's how I separate consecrating and blessing. Now you can, like as I say, you do the cleansing first, and then you do the consecrating and the blessing. So you don't do that first and then cleanse, because you get rid of all of that over here, right? Because you're putting energy in. A blessing is putting energy into something. So you don't want to do that until you have cleansed your object, like your wand or athame. When I do my abramelin oil, I will do a consecrating vid as well to show you how that you can consecrate your items and people as well, if that happens to be your choice. No, that brings this vid to a close. Till next time on The Witch Is In.
Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification button so you don't miss what I have brewing for you here on The Witch Is In.